We're in the capital, Harare, and it's time for T20 international cricket. It's the first of three, Zimbabwe taking on Ireland. Well, this is the news at Harare Sports Club. Not very good. The rain that's been around over the last 2-3 days started to come down about 40 minutes ago, and the groundsmen are desperately trying to ensure that they can get conditions ready and we can get some play today. Now these are a set of covers that are coming back onto the field because it's just started to rain a little bit more heavier than it was. About 10 minutes ago the rain had stopped and the ground staff were taking those covers off. And there you can see on your monitors that it's coming down quite steadily here at Harare Sports Club. A few people have braved the weather and have come in early, but unfortunately they're going to have to stick around for a little while longer in anticipation of some cricket later today. So what we can confirm to you is if we do get onto the field of play, we would have lost time by whenever that is. And you can have a half-hour extension at the back end of the game to try and get as much cricket in as possible. And the break can be reduced from 20 to 10 minutes. So that's just a little bit of extra time that you can add to try and get as much cricket in as possible. But unfortunately, at this stage, that is the current situation at Harare Sports Club. This is what's happened in the series. One test match which went to the visitors Ireland. ODI series 2-1 to Zimbabwe with a convincing 9-wicket victory in that final game here a few days ago, and then the 3 T20s today, tomorrow and Tuesday to finish off the series. Reminder that Tuesday's game is a night one, starts at 6:30 p.m. Now that Dan will be very busy trying to ensure they keep the field as dry as possible and try and get us some play a little bit later. But unfortunately, that is the situation at Harare Sports Club for now. Once we have some news, and hopefully some positive news, we'll come back to you.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Sports Club. Make sure you seek shelter from the rains. It seems the sky is not the plan for us today. But please do visit the women hardware stand, fill in a form, pick a lucky number, and one lucky spectator will walk away with a miniature badge and a $50 voucher. And the final draw will be held on the 26th. If you do come through. We are just waiting for the rains to stop and for play to start. There is food and drink right around the stadium. Please do grab something to eat, something to drink.
So dimensions, 70 and 75. No really short side. Well, no, I can't hear Alan. Yeah, now I can hear you. Yes, I am. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Well, the skies have cleared over Harare Sports Club, and finally, it's game on. First T20, and what a wicket it's going to happen on, because this, little bit of cracking down this end. So they've managed to keep it dry. 100 mils plus of rain in the last few days, but they've managed to keep this one dry enough for us to get a very good batting surface. Slightly better that end, a little bit more grass, so we expect a little bit of turn this end, a little less that end. But I still think this is a fantastic batting surface, and a score plus 100 is going to be a winning position on this wicket. I stumbled over a couple of sentences. Oh yeah, can I? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. The skies over Harare Sports Club have cleared and the sun is out. Beautiful day for cricket this afternoon and a really good wicket to play it on. 155 is the average score in a full T20 on this wicket, and this is a good wicket. They've managed to keep it dry. You can see it's cracking down towards the city end here, and it's going to mean that this is a fantastic batting surface. I think batting first here, you get anything over 100, you're going to be in a pretty good position. Spinners are going to bowl predominantly from that golf course end into these cracks, and I think seamers are going to do well from this city end. Okay, much better, yeah.
𝗿𝗵𝐶 is what I can. I don't know if there is a hit or what. This problem was there, it's in our head.
Sports Club have cleared and the sun is out. Beautiful day for cricket this afternoon and a really good wicket to play it on. 155 is the average score in a full T20 on this wicket, and this is a good wicket. They've managed to keep it dry. You can see it's cracking down towards the city end here, and it's going to mean that this is a fantastic batting surface. I think batting first here, you get anything over 100, you're going to be in a pretty good position. Spinners are going to bowl predominantly from that golf course end into these cracks, and I think seamers are going to do well from this city end.
Hey, this is Michael G, and you're listening to Vinyl with Love. Vinyl with Love. Vinyl with Love.
I think we're okay. Is everybody happy? 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 Sterlo, happy? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. Yeah, after a lot of rain and some weather that's stuck around, the sun's come out and it's time for the toss of the first T20 international between Zimbabwe and Ireland. Alongside me, the captain of Zimbabwe, Sekunda Raza, the captain of Ireland, Paul Sterling, and our match referee, 𝗁𝗏cie Richardson, who will oversee the toss. Here we go, Raz. Heads is the call. And it is a head. Right, Paul. Won the toss, what are you looking to do?
Yeah, we're going to field first. We're going to get out there and see if we can get a few early wickets and see where we go.
There was a long discussion there. Possibly changes to the team, changes in strategy and plan?
Yeah, certainly. We didn't know how many overs we were going to get, so we've gone with our original side, and we're going to look forward to hopefully getting a win out of today.
Yeah, barring the weather, it's a journey for you as well, and it'll be a journey for Zimbabwe as you look to the next T20 World Cup. What are those sort of expectations or those boxes you're looking to try and check?
Yeah, look, constant improvement. There's only 12 months until the next World Cup. It's probably the first time we've qualified without a qualifying competition, so that's exciting. It gives us chances to use different people in different situations and really build up towards that instead of having a qualifying competition where you want your best team 6 months out. So we're excited for that challenge.
How do you play?
That we're looking to do is basically in line with a vision that's in September to win the qualifiers that we're going to be hosting.
You got to remind me, is Paul Sterling batting or bowling first?
Paul Sterling is bowling, we are batting.
All the best today.
Thank you, Eddie.
I heard it's just changed to a 9-over game, so all the best today,
Thank you
Russ.
very much, Eddie.
Right, there we go. Paul Sterling, Ireland, won the toss. He's going to bowl first. Heads is the call, and it is a head. Right, Paul, won the toss, what are you looking to do?
Yeah, we're going to field first. We're going to get out there and see if we can get a few early wickets and see where we go.
There was a long discussion there. Possibly changes to the team, changes in strategy and plan?
Hey, this is Michael G, and you're listening to 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
It's 𝗃𝗧 Sports Club, and it's the first T20 International, Zimbabwe taking on Ireland. This is what's happened in the series so far. The lone test match being won by the Irish. The ODI series of 3, 2-1 to Zimbabwe. And this today, the first day of 3 T20s. The second tomorrow, the third on Tuesday. Well, the news is good from 𝗃𝗧 Sports Club. We said we'd come back, and we are back with bright sunshine at 𝗃𝗧 Sports Club. Let's go and join 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. He was with the two captains earlier at the toss.
Yeah, after a lot of rain and some weather that's stuck around, the sun's come out and it's time for the toss of the first T20 International between Zimbabwe and Ireland. Alongside me, the captain of Zimbabwe, 𝗃𝗃𝗃 𝗃𝗃, the captain of Ireland, Paul Sterling, and our match referee, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Richardson, who will oversee the toss. Here we go, Raz. Heads is the call. And it is a head. Right, Paul, won the toss. What are you looking to do?
Yeah, we're going to field first. We're going to get out there and see if we can get a few early wickets and see where we go.
There was a long discussion there. Possibly changes to the team, changes in strategy and plan?
Yeah, certainly. We didn't know how many overs we were going to get, so we've gone with our original side, and we're going to look forward to hopefully getting a win out of today.
Yeah, barring the weather, it's a journey for you as well, and it'll be a journey for Zimbabwe as you look to the next T20 World Cup. What are those sort of expectations or those boxes you're looking to try and check?
Yeah, look, constant improvement. There's only 12 months until the next World Cup. It's probably the first time we've qualified without a qualifying competition, so that's exciting. It gives us chances to use different people in different situations and really build up towards that instead of having a qualifying competition where you want your best team 6 months out. So we're excited for that challenge.
How do you play 11 overs?
I have no idea.
All the best today.
Thank you.
All right, Raz, what were you going to do if you won the toss?
Yeah, the wicket looks good, so I wasn't too concerned about batting or bowling first. The beauty about these short games is that it comes very thick and fast, and you have to win all 3 departments, so I'm not too fussed about it.
It's also a journey for yourself with Zimbabwe. You'll have the Africa qualifiers not too far away. What are those expectations? What are those changes? And what are the mindset going into the next 6 to 8 months starting here?
Yeah, certainly we take every T20 very seriously because we're looking for our best 15 that's going to play, represent Zimbabwe in September, and I think that's a major tournament for us. So everything we do now, everything that we're looking to do is basically in line with a vision that's in September to win the qualifiers that we're going to be hosting.
You got to remind me, is Paul Sterling batting or bowling first?
Paul Sterling is bowling, we are batting.
All the best today.
Thank you.
I heard it's just changed to a 9-over game, so all the best today,
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Right, there we go. Paul Sterling, Ireland, won the toss. He's going to bowl first.
Yeah, Zimbabwe will bat first. Brian Bennett at the top of the order, and he's joined by Marumani. Wesley Madere, who's in fine form, and some runs for 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and the ODIs as well. The other new man in the squad, Tony Munyonga, Ryan Burl, who's just plied his trade in Bangladesh, and Musekiwa, the other new man in the side. The seamers remain the same, and so does the left-arm spinner, Wellington Masakadza. Yeah, Ireland looking good as well. 𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗃 will look to contribute with bat and ball as well. Sterling in the runs. Rock will come in to try and solidify that top Irish order. Delaney as well. We know how strong he can hit towards the end of the innings, and a decent spinner as well. Craig Young comes into the side. He was part of the ODI squad, didn't get an opportunity. And then Josh Little and Ben White as well, a new face in the squad. Right, well, conditions have been very adverse over the last 2 or 3 days. Lots of rain, a delayed start today. Let's go and find out exactly how those conditions look, how we expect them to play. Darlington Matambanadzo.
The skies over 𝗃𝗧 Sports Club have cleared and the sun is out. Beautiful day for cricket this afternoon, and a really good wicket to play it on. 155 is the average score in a full T20 on this wicket, and this is a good wicket. They've managed to keep it dry. You can see it's cracking down towards the city end here, and it's going to mean that this is a fantastic batting surface. I think batting first here, you get anything over 100, you're going to be in a pretty good position. Spinners are going to bowl predominantly from that golf course end into these cracks, and I think seamers are going to do well from this city end.
Batting paradise, from the opinion of Darlington Matambanadzo. The Irish team will be looking to get off to a good start with ball in hand. Now, They've played each other 15 times. T20 internationals. Zimbabwe have won 7. Ireland have won 8. So an opportunity here in home conditions for Zimbabwe to try and level out that head-to-head. Playing conditions, match reduced to 9 overs. It means the power play will be overs 1 to 3. One bowler will bowl a maximum of 1 over. 4 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 2. So that's the constitution of the overs that can be bowled by the bowlers this afternoon, and it gives me an opportunity to say a very good afternoon to my co-commentator 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
Good afternoon, Tino. Good afternoon, everybody at home. Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? 9 overs. Those are the playing conditions. How do you set it up? What is a good total? They're getting a first opportunity to bat first here, Zimbabwe. Probably would have liked to have bowled first as well, but always tricky. But the positive side of it is you have runs on the board and then you can put the opposition under pressure.
Yeah, talking about batting and batting first, one man was outstanding for Zimbabwe in that one-day international series, and Brian Bennett, plenty of runs, 169 in the first, and that really just kicked off the series for him, and his contributions ensured that Zimbabwe won that series 2-1. He was also the player of the series, but it was wonderful to watch the control that he showed, the confidence at the top of the order. This can only bode well for his career going forward. From an Irish point of view, Paul Stirling, the captain, was outstanding himself.
Yeah, played well, didn't he? Needed to come back strong in that second ODI, but he just plays lovely shots. The one thing that he generally does, is a very aggressive player for Ireland, but he was very watchful, made sure that they got over the line, but he just plays a wonderful time over cricket balls. Unfortunate there, but a very good innings. He gets to 89 at the end, but struggled with some cramps and stuff, and then eventually got out. But just a lovely, lovely, dangerous player for Ireland, and he leads this team well.
Langton Rusere, one of our on-field umpires today. He's joined by Percival Cesara, who was Zimbabwe's latest addition to their international panel of umpires. Television umpire today, Ino Chubby, and Sir Richie Richardson, the match referee. Well, that is Harare Sports Club now. A much better looking one than a couple of hours ago. Brian Bennett, Marumani, the two that will open up the innings for Zimbabwe. "28 matches already for a young Brian Bennett in this format, 660 runs. That strike rate, 142, that'll stick out.
Yeah, wonderful strike rate, isn't it? And his partner on the other side, that's not a bad strike rate. His role will definitely be different today because they're only batting 9 overs. What is a good total? And they'll need to make quick adjustments. Graham Hume, a little bit on the expensive side, a good average that, only playing in his 8th game. Best of 3 for 17. Control, that's what he does with the new ball. Bowls good areas. But what Paul Stirling wants from him is early wickets.
Hume from the city end. And Zimbabwe off the mark.
Looked like an off-cutter there from Graham Hume, and so important to still have the mindset as a bowling unit that you need to get early wicket in this power play. Just angled in, and fortunate enough, he doesn't beat short fine. But off the mark, such a dangerous player, Bennett. We saw earlier on that package from him when he got 168, how fluent he was. So as a fielding side, you want to start well with the ball. Marumani on strike now.
Marumani away straight away as well. Graham Hume won't have a lot of pace coming onto the bat, so the Zimbabwean batters, if they're going to take him on, are going to have to make the play, have the momentum themselves.
I know he's probably just trying to get into his work here, Graham Hume, but just those 2 deliveries that he's bowled, it just looks a very good pitch, this.
Gives himself a bit of room, and Hume seeing that. Bowls it straight at Bennett.
Well, we heard from our colleague earlier that he says this is such a cracker, but if you look at those cracks there, you probably feel, oof, maybe it might just break up, but it's only 9 overs. There's good grass covering on this pitch, and those cracks are very full, so you shouldn't be worried about those. But it just looks a very good batting surface once again here at Harare Sports Club.
Yeah, we've been blessed with those. But just the 9 overs, Victor. What is a good score? And how do they go about getting that score?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one. What is it? 9, 10 runs to the over. You get 10, you get 90. Then you give yourself a good chance. There's 3 overs of power play, so you try and utilize them, try and get as much as you can, and you move into the second phase of the game by just running well between the wickets. I think if you can get anything past 90, you have a decent enough total, but it's the start that's so crucial.
That's well bowled. Yeah, everything is just squashed now, isn't it? Your power play is just the 3 overs. Your whole innings is another 6. So you really do need to take advantage of these first 3 overs. Graham Hume's been outstanding so far. Big appeal. Wide not called, which means maybe it brushed something else. End of the first over, a very good one for Ireland, 3 for none. Yeah, a number of changes on both sides. Munyonga comes in, so does Ryan Burl and Musekiwa. And then on the Irish side, Neil Rock will come in, Gareth Delaney, Craig Young and Ben White. The 4 new faces in the Irish starting 11. And here's one of them, Craig Young. Part of the ODI squad. 67 matches. Economy a little bit high at above 8, 76 wickets. One thing you know you'll get from Craig Young, 120% effort. That's well played. It won't go to the boundary. Outfield will be a bit slow, but 2 they will get.
Yeah, and he also needs to get the line right to Bennett, very strong on that offside. We actually saw in some of the ODI series when the ball was pitched up, just nipping it back into him. He struggled a bit to get the ball away. That one is a little bit outside the off stump, allows him to free those arms. Now the length is so crucial. And that's what he would probably do, Young, on this occasion, is he just needs to get the length right. A little bit tricky. Does he pitch the ball up?
Top edge. Now there's no third. It means it'll run away for Zimbabwe's first boundary.
Yeah, that's the danger, isn't it? It's the length that needs to be precise. There's protection, but the fielder on that boundary is very square. It's a little bit fortunate, but it's outside the off stump. He has a full go at it. And all his efforts, he gets himself a boundary. The first one for Zimbabwe.
It'll be interesting what Craig Young's going to do here, because nice back foot drive from Bennett previous ball. The shorter length, the next one has gone for 4. But he knows how strong Bennett is off the front foot, offside especially. Oh, now this one's gone straight up in the air. Harry Tector's got great hands, and he holds on to it. That is an outstanding catch.
He's just a wonderful fielder, isn't it? We've seen him take some beauties in the one-day series, and a wonderful start this for the Irish, picking up their first wicket. A man that was in good touch. It's the length once again, and Bennett is forcing it. It's not there to hit over the top, and that's the length that he's searching and he's trying to bowl, and a wonderful catch by Tector. He's gone for 8. Brian Bennett, Zimbabwe 9 for 1.
Craig Young draws first blood for Ireland. 103 matches for this man in this format. Strike rate of 137. 2,300 plus runs. Short, in the air, he's gone! First ball. Craig Young has persisted with the short delivery. It's dismissed Zimbabwe's captain. First ball.
Yeah, he's moved to number 3 in this match because it's a 9-over match. And it's back of a length. He's trying to force the pace. And it just got too big on him. Sikandaraza. Oh, Zimbabwe now in deep trouble because he's a wonderful player. And one of their best players has been caught at short fine, and Hugh makes no mistake as Captain Raza has gone first delivery. Zimbabwe now 9 for 2.
Wesley Madevere, his 74th T20 international, hat-trick ball for Craig Young. And these are the 2 wickets that he's got to get himself there. Brian Bennett, outstanding catch from Tector. Oh, and that's just kept low. That's almost crawled all along the ground.
And then the second one. Such a big moment this in the game. We know how destructive he is. We saw his numbers as he walked to the crease. Just gets big on him. He's trying to help it over fine leg. And just an easy catch for Graham Hume.
And I did mention at the top of his over, Craig Young, that if there's one thing you'll get from him, it's 120% effort. And we've seen that already today. Oh, extra bounce past the keeper. Third man will come round. Ben White, and Zimbabwe will come back for 2. So, explosive start to this T20 International, 11 for 2.
going to be a bit of a split, like.
So, 9 over matches in T20s. There's been 12 ever previously. Team batting first has won 6. Team batting second has won 6. Par score, 85. Average winning score is 89. And the highest total is 110. The lowest total is 43. However, that lowest total was a winning score. And without it, the average winning score becomes 99. Swing for Josh Little.
So I was right. 90 is a good score. Dot ball to start. Polago struggled in the one-day series.
From what you've seen today, so far, you still feel 90 is a good score on this?
I'll get back to that.
Now, a couple of times Marumani's just looked to go leg side. Josh Little naturally will take it away from him. Should really be looking to go offside. No fielders outside the circle. So if he gets it through there, then he's got a good chance for a boundary.
Yeah, that's why you have the power play, isn't it? You have the only 2 fielders outside the ring, and by good cricketing shots, you can get the boundary. Another play and a miss. It's just that I just think it's just panic at the moment for Zimbabwe. It's 9 overs. They're trying to get as much as they can, and just by trying to force it in the first 3, they've already lost the 2 wickets. So Marumani is obviously trying to capitalize in this 3rd over. It's just if he just stands still, there's the protection is on the leg side, and obviously backward of point. Just stand still, hit straight down the ground.
Past the outside edge. 10th dot ball of the Zimbabwean innings already. And there's still 2 balls to go in just the 3rd over. And one person who would have contributed to that was Craig Young in his previous over. He was actually on a hat-trick, and had he got it, he would have been the 3rd to do so. Behind Curtis Kamfer. He got a hat-trick against the Netherlands in 2021-22, and Josh Little against New Zealand a year later. In the air, gone! Ireland continue to blow away the Zimbabwean top order. This time it's Josh Little.
Yeah, wonderful start this for Josh Little. He's just got the ball to swing away from the left-hander. Normally very good with that front line. Gets to the pitch, but straight to the fielder. Takes a comfortable catch. And Marumani, well, he's gone for 1. And Zimbabwe in deep trouble at 11 for 3.
Disastrous start for Zimbabwe, 11 for 3. And outstrides Brian Bennett, 88 matches, 1,300 runs. A best of 61.
Yeah, he just got the ball to swing away from the left-hander. Just an easy catch at mid-off.
Yeah, more swing for Josh Little. Wonderful over, wicket maiden 11 for 3 at the end of the power play. Marumani, last man to go. And this match shortened, so the power play, just 3 overs. We're into the second. Just a reminder that all bowlers can bowl a maximum of 2 overs. And then one other can bowl 1 to constitute those 9 overs. 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, 31 wickets. Best of 4 for 25 in the 59 outings he's had thus far for Ireland. He's strong there, 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃. Outfield very soggy, so he'll get just 1.
Yeah, power play that belonged to Ireland. It was the first boundary for Zimbabwe, and then the first wicket of Brian Bennett straight to mid-off. Tector takes a nice catch, a lovely catch, and then captain at number 3, straight to short fine leg, and then the third one straight to mid-off. And a wonderful start for Little and Ireland, as Zimbabwe lost 3 wickets in that power play.
Yeah, Ryan Burl, fresh from the recently completed Bangladesh Premier League, scored 293 runs, an average of 73, a strike rate of 146. How Zimbabwe would love him to come to the party today with those numbers. That's been the story so far. All about Ireland with the ball in hand.
With the start that they've had with the ball, I mean, it's a wonderful start if you want the toss electing to bowl first. Young's gone for 8, but he's picked up the 2 wickets. But you probably feel that those 4 seamers will do a lot of the work, and then they'll need 1 more over somewhere else. Because Zimbabwe have lost the 3 wickets, it allows the bowlers then to just bowl good lengths. Try and force these batters to hit them from their lengths, which has been back of a length so far.
Disappointment for Burl, because he felt that that should have been a wide, and I agree with him. Umpire Resere signals 1 over shoulder height for the over. That's wide.
Yeah, it is a wide. Gets away with 1. Slide change again. Finally comes into the circle. Backward point drops.
I like the look that Ryan Burl just gave when he turned around, just making sure that Percival Sizara this time gave the wide.
That's the problem, isn't it? If you probably feel, I mean, Camphor this occasion, he feels that he's under pressure. He needs to bowl cutters away from the left hand, away from his hitting arc. Won't be widened because the batter walked across his stumps.
He's walked across the stumps, but I still think that's a little too wide down the leg side, Victor.
Yeah, should be wide. But the fact that he's moved across is it's a problem that the call then goes for the bowler.
Shut face on connection, so we'll just go to the long on. Brings us to the end of the 4th. It's 14 for 3.
Rain-affected game. And so just 9 overs to play with Zimbabwe. And you look at that Manhattan, it's not one they would be happy with. They've lost 3 wickets already. They've got 5 overs to bat. 14 for 3. Ireland have been superb in picking up wickets in a game that is reduced due to the weather. And then your bowlers reward you. Gareth Delaney, 76 matches, 45 wickets, and he's into the attack and has the luxury of having a little bit more protection.
Tricky situation or tricky start for Zimbabwe. A lot of their fans would have expected them to come out blazing from the box. But however, three quick wickets.
Hold up, guys. Josh.
And Wesley Madere, Ryan Burl have a lot of work to do. But Ireland, a magnificent start that they've had here.
A lot of work in a very short space of time. Leg spinner. One thing that really has stood out is the lack of timing. And almost every ball that's come out of a bat or close to any part of the bat for Zimbabwe has not reached the boundary. I'm really impressed by the crowd that's stuck around. We've had a lot of rain, everybody. Grass embankment, well populated. Takes a stand. Oh, she's not happy. Oh, she's happy now. Oh, look at that. Change the emotions once you see yourself on big screen. But yep, I am impressed they've stuck around. There's another one, no timing. I'd say that's in the slot. They'll pick up 2 quite comfortably.
Well, you really have to get going. Kind of feel for Wesley Madere and Ryan Burl. There's not much time to just sit around and have a look, like you said. Very minimal time. It's been brilliant for Ireland. Not only did they pick up 3 quick wickets, they've been amazing with dot ball pressure as well.
The problem is in this situation, in a condensed game, is that it's either you get into your work really quickly and then you really put pressure on the opposition, or you have to start trying to find a way.
What do you think about
So they've stood back deep in their crease and there's timing hasn't been there. They've tried to hit the ball on the up, timing hasn't been there. And that last delivery tried to go down the wicket as well. Use of the feet, and the timing's not there as well. Timing is there. Oh yes, the first one of this encounter.
Ryan Burl will feel good about that shot. He's been searching for a big one for Zimbabwe. And boy, you can hear from the crowd how much it means to them. They need Zimbabwe to get going, and they need that man to do that more often from here on.
Poor delivery to a left-hander. The matchup would be to maybe push it across him. And it's right in the slot, and he gets nice and underneath it. Having to look for another 𝗂𝗃𝗃 ball. That one's landed somewhere behind that stand. And behind there's the tennis courts.
Probably a puddle of water in the rains.
So a replacement delivery has been brought onto the field. It's for Zimbabwe. They've picked up their second boundary. This condensed encounter. Joining us for the first time, 9 apiece. Goes again! And same result!
Well, there's a man that just come off the plane from Bangladesh. Strike rate of 169 in the BPL, and he's showing why here. Came across, thumped it away over mid-on. That's a mighty, mighty blow. Clears the boundary in quite a distance.
Yeah, Paul Stirling have been hoping that the spinner would have carried on the good work as the seamers did. But it's the matchup, isn't it? It's the leg spinner, the ball coming back in. It's the wrist spinner. He's been taken down, and there it is. That's the better delivery to push it across and look for a second and decide against it. End of the over, 31 for 3. Needed an over for 17, and they got one. Ryan Burl has sent a few into the stands and actually lost one delivery. That's why you see a very big building amongst very small ones. Curtis Campher is 1 over, 0 for 3. From the golf course end. Fine leg up, third up in the circle. All the field is through the leg side, especially that deep cow corner region where he likes to hit it, does Burl. Don't worry about it. You're gonna need a fielder a long, long way back. Ryan Burl, he's got some smiles going in the crowd as well.
Now it's birdie time. If you thought the previous hit was maximum, this one, double the distance. Well struck by Ryan Burl in his arc, sends it over the Centurion.
Some strike. Holds the pose as well at the end. Gotta go wide here, but if he goes too wide, third is up in the circle. In that region, but there's protection out there. We're looking for a second, and he comes back.
Oh, the 2 is received with much jubilation from the Zimbabwe fans. Every run means something to them. And they had crossed their hands because Ireland had just pinned Zimbabwe to the wall, but Ryan Burl breaking the shackles. And it's a 28-run partnership from just 16 deliveries.
Yeah, he's just added a little bit of impetus. 28 off 16. Run rates climbed to 7. 3 sixes he's hit. Third up in the circle. Now the runs are flowing. As I mentioned, cannot go too wide.
Now Ryan Burl is working his magic right here. He is finding pockets to find runs, boundaries, the more they're needed. A thickish outside edge goes over the keeper, and in that vacant region, it can only be 4.
He's got to try and get the field right here and go with a certain plan. And so they've decided now to bring Middleoff up into the circle and send Fine Leg back. He is very much a leg side player, so he's got to get it right here because there's so much real estate through the leg side as well. Swats it away. And he'll pick up another brace. But he's hit some big shots, says Ryan Burl.
These are the 2 maximums. The first one off the spinner. Came across his off stump. This one, the mightiest of them all, lost over that Centurion bar. Ryan Burl has been looking in fantastic form, I tell you. Curtis Kempfer, he had fortune from this end during the ODIs. But this time around, not so easy for him.
Smart! Playing with the field now is Ryan Bill. Have a look at this.
Well, you just can't seem to plug where Ryan Bill is scoring from. Walks across his stumps again. This time, flicks it over. Shot fine leg, and that's 4.
Tell you what, he's been in and out of the side over the last couple of years. Back into the T20 fold, and 33 or 15. This over, gone for 18 already. Into the deep, field out, dropped, put him down. Big chance goes a begging. Big over, goes for 19, brings up the 50. After 6, it's 50 for 3.
Let's go.
Gotta love a couple of big sort of buildings, courtesy of one man, Ryan Bill. He's come with the bricks and the cement. Totally contrasting views of how this innings has started. Field again, keep an eye on it. Fine leg, third up, protecting the leg side. He'll hurt you through there. Josh Little. Is the timing there? He's been put down in the previous over. We'll look for a second. How good is the running? It's superb.
Now, magnificent piece of running from Wesley Matevere. He was running to the danger end. Didn't time it well, Ryan Bill. Came off the tall end of the bat, but Matevere called it quite quickly. Quick turn.
Here's a big chance. When he's taken 17 and 18 off 2 overs, you got to take that. In the air, Tector hangs on. Josh Little, little bit of a celebration. The cameo comes to an end, but some cameo it is.
That would have been a good one. Ryan Bill added that little bit of impetus that Zimbabwe needed to be sort of bring it back into this game. But however, this time Josh Little had an amazing first over and picks up his second wicket, a wicket maiden that he had earlier on, and this time strikes big by picking up the most valuable wicket of Ryan Bill, who had been looking to go quite big. Goals for 36 from 18. Zimbabwe 52 for 4.
Tony Munyumba comes into bat.
Josh Little does the job, brings Tony Munyonga to the crease. As in the ODI squad didn't get an opportunity, gets an opportunity today. Smart! Does it flick on? Yes, it does. He's off the mark in style.
Well, this is what Tony Munyonga brings to the party. And a lot of people, they call him the guy who goes reckless, but on this occasion, very innovative.
Yeah, Dave Houghton liked the look of Tony Munyonga. Nalio's head coach, he said there's a lot to like about this young man. He's had to put in a lot of runs domestically again. to get the opportunity, but it's in this fold. Nicely bowled, the question's asked. But for me, it sounded a little bit soft.
Yeah, that one looked like it caught him in half there, Tony. Good delivery, good comeback from Josh Riddle. But this is the fall of Ryan Burl. A great catch that they took from Harry Tector. Took his time to get off where he was standing because he thought it was flying over him. And Paul Sterling just checking with the umpire what happened with 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗀𝗃 there.
A few questions asked. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Russell just said, what did it hit? He said, it hit my pad. There we go. Nothing wrong with that, lads. But this is worrying. Again, in readiness. Walkie-talkies are out. It's getting dark away to the city end. Tell you what, someone who's done incredibly well in T20 cricket is Harry Tector. 54 catches. And is now in the top 10 of all-time T20 international catches. Some fielder. Flicked away, protection. It'll just be the one. 8 off the over, 58 for 4. Eleven for 3 they started, did Zimbabwe, having been put in by Ireland, who won the toss and decided to bowl first. And then Bill came in, thunderous, striking 36 off 18, some big sixes. Graham Hume back into the attack from the golf course end, chopping and changing his bowlers is Paul Sterling. More changes in the field. 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃 square leg now in the circle. Third is back. Does he get the gap? Yes, he does. Fielder give chase. The sting was taken out by the field at short fine leg. Yeah! Is this some running or what?
Well, 𝗂𝗎𝗔, I'll tell you what, he can compete in a 100-meter dash because the way that he took off, and 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃, the communication that they had in between, they ran so magnificently, but they just need to check it to see if he did make it back in time.
Right, let's get it moving quickly. Let's get play underway again. Easy decision for the TV umpire. Not out. Nicely bowled, what a change-up.
Well, every run will matter to Zimbabwe, and every dot ball will mean a lot to Ireland. Very well bowled from him this time around, just rolling his fingers in that one.
A little bit of a leg cutter there. Oh, sometimes almost looks like it's come out the back of the hand, but out the side as well. The big fellas, the big boys. Ngarawa and Muzaravani. Looking skywards. I think everybody's starting to look skywards. Look over there in the background, getting darker and darker and grayer. Outside edge, it's a cultured one.
Well, they say fortune favors the brave, and it favors 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗃 on this occasion. He threw everything at it on this occasion. Down the thickish outside edge. Nobody there. That's 4 runs. Welcome to Zimbabwe.
Yeah, these kind of runs that come off the edge, the inside edge. At this stage of the game, there's nothing much you can do from a fielding perspective. The angles are so tight. And the mindset of the batter is to go at the bowler. So sometimes when you leak those kind of runs, you sort of take it on the chin. Oh, misses out, I think, there with third even, well, short third even, fine and up in the circle.
Graham Hume just asking the umpire how many deliveries to go on the over. He's got 2 remaining. 7 runs off the over from Zimbabwe. They can get a few or a couple more boundaries off it. They'll be happy of the 2 sides.
After that blitz by Ryan Burl, Ireland brought it back nicely by removing him and also just drying up those regular boundaries in the air. Hector! Oh, you cannot hit it in the air anywhere around him. He'll pick up his 55th catch in T20 internationals. And Tony Munyonga has to go.
Tony has to depart. Legitimate delivery from Hume. He'll take that. Tried to hit it straight, but the hand came off the bat. Good catch from 𝗿𝗃𝗃, who seems to have this magnetic relationship with the ball. Munyonga departs for 9 of 7. Zimbabwe 65 for 5.
Lights have come on. 65 for 5. They have to bowl that one again. So it was a good over. Graham Hume, lots of change-ups, lots of diversity in this over, and also the wicket. Tashinga Zekiwa from Kadoma. Can hit a long ball. 12 T20 internationals. Oh yes, he can strike them sweet. None sweeter than that. 8 overs done, 70 for 5. Right, final over to be bowled. Craig Young will have that responsibility. Ryan Burl, Zimbabwe will be very grateful to him and his contribution. They are 70 for 5 with an over to go. Ireland, good at the beginning, put under a little bit of pressure, bounced back nicely with the ball. Now, this final over, how many can Zimbabwe get? Cover, fine leg, third, all in the circle. Nicely bowled.
Now there'll be a lot of pressure on Wesley Madera. He'll have a chat with Msekiwa. But this was the boundary of the last over. Struck it well. And if you ask me, you want to know how Msekiwa can hit it well, ask them in Ghana at the All Africa Games. They all remember that man's name.
Right, need to be smart here, Wesley. Maybe get off strike and give Msekiwa the opportunity. Lack of timing. It'll just be the one. I think this is the right move. Give the young man every opportunity to elevate this total.
You know, he possesses the power and the muscle, and given the opportunity, he can hit it many a mile.
There's just something in the water in Kadoma. There's just something in the water from that part of the world. And it's all these cricketers. How does he get all of it? On the bounce. Fielder does well. 𝗃𝗍𝗃, I think it is out there. Keeps it just down to 2.
Ball well into the surface, but he also struck it well. Came right off the middle of the bat. Good fielding as well, because that was traveling. 𝗂𝗍𝗃 will need a couple of those blows. He's got 3 remaining deliveries to do that.
Three deliveries to play with here. Does he get all of it? Fielder. Oh, he's put him down. He steadied himself. Actually gave himself too much room.
Well, the rope was just lagging in his mind there to think, how far am I from the boundary? Because this came off the toe end of the bat from 𝗂𝗃. You can see there, he just had to be mindful. Didn't want to take any more steps back. And in the end, he drops it.
Well, New York's put down 2. Put down Ryan Burl. Now 𝗂𝗃 changing the field. Long off goes back, finally comes into the circle. Third is up as well. Backward point looks very fine, right on the edge of the 30-yard. Edge and put down. Oh my goodness. 𝗃𝗃𝗃. Oh, find a hole and hide.
Man with the gloves. Simple catch, you'll think. And just there, knocks off his knee. Craig Young can't believe it.
Oh, put it down. The keeper. Few drops starting to fall. Final delivery, the 9 overs. And it's nicely bowled. Very unlucky not to pick up 1 or 2 in this over. Craig Young, he's bowled beautifully. 9 overs completed. The innings is at an end. 77 for 5. Craig Young 2 for 15, and he's 2 overs. And more importantly, Zimbabwe have been able to post something to bowl at. Ireland halfway stage, they'll have to get a move on. At a shade over 8.5 runs and over to get a win in this 3-match T20 International Series.
Now, great efforts from Zimbabwe to try and put up a score here. But Ireland, I'm sure they'll be happy with the 2 sides. This is Zimbabwe's betting card. Brian Bennett just put up 8. Raza gone for not. Madeira a decent 11 not out. But Ryan's bowled 36 of 18 will definitely help efforts of Zimbabwe to put up a defendable score.
Started well, they had Zimbabwe 3 for 11. But the pick of the bowlers there is Craig Young, 2 for 15. Graham Hume as well with his change-up, 1 for 15. And then Josh Little, the man that stands out, 2 for 8. And he's 2 overs with 8 dot balls. Okay, in a rain-reduced game, 9 overs apiece, Ireland will need 78 runs to win from 54 deliveries. Run chase on the other side.
First T20 International from Harare Sports Club, Zimbabwe taking on Ireland. Paul Sterling winning the task, asking Zimbabwe to bat first. They were in trouble early on, 11 for 3 at one stage, and it was Ryan Bill's 36 and 18 and a quick fire 10 and 5 at the end of the innings from 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 that got Zimbabwe to a somewhat respectable 77 for 5. Yeah, the bowlers, Craig Young was outstanding on a hat-trick in the second over, and then Josh Little as well, 2 for 8 in his 2 overs. Brian Bennett, the man who was in form in the ODIs, struggled today. Streaky boundary, and then next delivery. A good catch taken running back by Harry Tector. Secunda Raza fell to the short ball as well. Very next ball. At this stage, Ireland were flying high, and then it was Marumani who also struggled for the time he was out there in the middle. Josh Little getting his first, and then this is when the onslaught started from Ryan Bill. Very strong leg side, and he played some really delightful strokes, including that. Just a little pickup over the field at 45, given a reprieve. Ben White there, and then this was the dismissal. Very good catch by Harry Tector, his second of the innings. And that just slowed Zimbabwe's innings down a tad at that stage. Munyonga walked out to the middle, had a couple of boundaries himself, until another very good catch from Harry Tector. And 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 himself a couple of good blows at the end of the innings. This should have been taken. In the end, just dropping in front of the fielder. This was an opportunity, actually. Bottom edge. Craig Young reminisces over what might have been his 3rd wicket. So this is what Ireland will need to take a 1-0 lead in the series. 78 from 54 balls at 8.67 to the over. However, we've got some more bad news for you. This is what's happened in the last 5 minutes here at Harare Sports Club. The rain has started to fall again. The ground staff have hurriedly got the covers on, and unfortunately play has been halted once again. So we'll have to come back to you a little bit later. Hopefully we will do that with some good news. Welcome back to 𝗂𝗧 Sports Club, the first T20. Zimbabwe taking on Ireland. The news, unfortunately, is not good. The rain has come down in between the two innings, and although those fans have decided to stick around and see if we can get some cricket, unfortunately, we won't. After the Zimbabwean innings, the match officials have decided that the match will be abandoned, and this is what happened in the 9 overs that Zimbabwe played. 36 from 18 from 𝗵𝗺, 10 from 5 from 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃, 77 for 5 Zimbabwe. Yeah, Craig Young, very good up front, 2 for 15 in his 2 overs, as well as Josh Little with a couple of wickets for himself as well. So we're coming to the end of this tour, slowly but surely. The only test that was played in Bulawayo won by Ireland. The T20s 2-1 to the host Zimbabwe with a convincing 9-wicket win in that final game of that series. No result in the first T20 international, but not to worry because we're back tomorrow. Sunday the 23rd with the second, and Tuesday the 3rd T20 international. So confirmation then for you tomorrow, Sunday the 23rd of February. Back here at 𝗂𝗧 Sports Club. We'll be with you live at 13:20 local time. From us, it's goodbye.